Okay. Right. First of all, to grow the business, you need to come up with your ways of working, right? So usually the first step is to make invitations. And then you need to develop a skill of inviting. So initially, you know, like we were saying, 90 days, 90 days. You can have your 90 days anytime. So you have 90 days, work on it flat. If you didn't get the desired results, you start another 90 days. So what we'll be talking about now is planning. So you're planning your business. If your business does not have a plan, if you don't write down, I can take my book and show you my own personal plans. You need to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you can even sleep the whole day. But if you have a plan, then you can find, even if you are working from the house or from your bed, but the day will become smaller, making you to do other things in the evening. Okay, then so the first skill that you need is the skill for inviting, right? So when we're doing these Zoom meetings, would expect to get more and more people coming in. Then the second skill that you need is presentation. Then the other thing that you need, I hope you are noting down, is tools. The tools for doing your business. Already, we all have the vital tool that we need at this present moment. Right now, we don't need cars, we don't need money to move around, but we need devices that can go onto the internet. Are we together, my leaders?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we spoke about inviting. We're going to talk more about inviting, because if you don't invite, your business will not grow. And then after inviting, you need to present. And I normally say this, each and every person who's got a business that is growing, they are presenting themselves. So each and every person that I've taught network marketing, it doesn't matter which company, those who listened to these key things that we're talking about now went on to build big teams, right? So the next step will be presentation. We are going to talk about presentation as well. Then after presentation, you need to do a follow-up. So immediately when you finish the presentation, the first follow-up will be even just a WhatsApp or text message of any kind. Thank you very much for attending our meeting. What is it that you liked with the meeting? And then you can leave it there. Then the following day, you need to make your follow-up, complete it within 48 hours. Because after the presentation, the person is excited. If you wait for more than 48 hours, the excitement will die down. What also happens is the person can go out and talk to someone with negativity. And then they push the negativity to them. Even if it was a person who was going to work, then they are not going to work. So now I would like us to discuss ways of inviting. It's an open platform. We are all welcome to talk. We are not so many. It's a very good number. 6 is a good number. Less than 10 on training is perfect. More than that, there's distractions. Queen, must we start with you? Noglunga?
Yes, my leader.
Hi, my leader. Let's talk about inviting.
On a personal note, I find that inviting is definitely not that much of a problem now that I've been sort of like in network marketing for a while. I'm not really scared to approach anybody. So inviting is not that much of a problem because I start by chatting to people in most cases, especially if somebody invites me, for example, on Facebook to be their friend. Once I accept them, I sort of like give them a welcoming message, just greeting them. And then maybe after a few days, then I start chatting them up and then introduce my business to them. I've got a few stuff that I've written down already, prepared for me to send through to people at times. At times I write whatever it is that I feel like writing. And then in most cases, people are interested. However, on my side, what I find to be challenging is converting those interested people to join the business. Because even I've got my WhatsApp presentation group where like I bring in like more or less like 2, 3, sometimes 5 people a day. But then what becomes a bit tough is converting those people to be part of the business. I find that's one area on my side that I find to be difficult. In terms of inviting, I feel that I've sort of like passed that hurdle of sort of like being scared to invite people or to speak to people about my business. I can approach anybody.
Okay, so
So I think I need to hone my skills on like building on that interest that that person has shown until they become part of the business.
Okay, all right. So you're using mainly Facebook.
I use Facebook as well as WhatsApp. Yes, those are the main tools that I use.
On WhatsApp, where do you get them? Your prospects, where do you find them?
In most cases on WhatsApp, it's people that I've, sometimes it's people that I've known, be it people that I've worked with, like previous colleagues, yes, in other companies, or even like if they've not been in network marketing before, because I believe somebody has to start somewhere to sort of like understand network marketing, because I know I myself used to think network marketing is not my thing and all of that, because there's in South Africa, network marketing is not really seen as a business. So it's also trying to show those people that don't understand this business that it is indeed a business.
Okay. Hi, Zota, welcome. Zota Makubane, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. And you?
We're fine, thanks.
Oh,
Are you a member or you're a new person?
I'm a member.
I'm in a meeting. Okay. Well, all right. No, that's fine. Because what we've done, the people who actually requested a presentation decided not to attend for whatever reasons. So we decided to do some training. And then the leaders who came here earlier said we need to talk about how we can build our business. So basically it's what we're talking about right now. And then it's an open discussion. The other leader was just explaining to us what she's doing. Okay. All right. Okay. No, leader, no longer. Thanks. So your problem, you say, is conversion.
That's it, my leader. Inviting, I feel I'm very much comfortable with that one because I can invite quite a lot of people, even people that I've never met before. However, the conversion part, and in most cases, I feel that those people are showing interest, and then somewhere, somehow, I feel I'm losing it because all of a sudden, then that interest is gone.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that one when we're going to presentation. And then who's the next leader to tell us about inviting? Or if you have got challenges in inviting, please tell us.
Right. Good afternoon, leaders.
Afternoon. Please come close to your microphone. Your voice is low.
Okay, good afternoon. Right, I've discovered that it's important to talk to anyone you meet, not to look down upon any person, because you don't know who is going to be your next prospect, who will take your business to a higher point. So wherever I go, whomever I meet, I talk to that person about the business. And I've discovered that, of course, just like Nokulunga, most of the people are very much interested when you are inviting them and when you are talking to them. Yeah, but now the challenge is the same as she's saying, that now joining is where the person drags sometimes. That's where I think we should learn the skill to make the people to want to join the business.
Okay. And then what do you say when you are inviting them?
Most of the times when I invite them, I just tell them that I've got some business which I can share with you. It's a new business which has just come into the country. It started in Malaysia, and it's growing in many countries in Africa now. So, are you interested in joining me doing the business? Mostly that's how I talk to them.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, Leader Brown, if I Leader Bright, if I can add there on my note, sometimes I even in terms of inviting them, or when I speak to them, sometimes I obviously check their profile, if it's a Facebook person, if it's somebody who's employed wherever and all of that, and then tell them about side hustling and how our economies are crumbling and how even this lockdown might affect us who are full-time employed towards the end of the year. And also telling them that it's now a necessity for us to have more than one source of income. So I find that most of them get interested when I tell them all of this. But once again, the problem becomes in converting them into becoming my business partners, which I feel there is something that I'm lacking in, even though I don't know what it is exactly.
Okay. All right. No, perfect. We'll talk about that one. Leader Natasha, I see you're enjoying the eating alone. Okay. All right. I hope you are a member, right?
No, I'm not.
No, she's not a member. She was invited by me. Oh, welcome.
Okay. But now what we had done, Natasha, most of the people that had requested the presentation didn't attend. So it's mainly members. So now we're talking about how you can build your business. But I guess if you can listen also, you will benefit a lot. I remember at one stage, someone came into a training presentation. It was in an office. At that time, I was very strict. So I said, if you're not a member, get out. He says, no, let me listen. I said, no, it's better to listen to the presentation than come to the training. But after the training, she said, how much is it to join? And she joined the business. So I hope you also, Natasha, after the training session, you'll just join, right?
Don't worry. After the training, I'll be your leader.
Okay, thank you. Are you experienced in network marketing?
Not as much, but I have Nokulunga on my side, so everything is sorted.
You've done other companies before?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, fantastic. Yeah, we'll continue with our talking. We're talking about inviting now, which is a skill which we really need, all of us. We've got leader Tebogo from Botswana. Leader Tebogo?
Leader.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you properly.
All right. We decided, like I was explaining to Leader Natasha, that we were going to have a training session. So what are sort of challenges that you are having in terms of building your business? Or if you are building it, how are you building it? At the moment, we are talking about inviting. So maybe if you can share with us some inviting skills or ways that you found working.
Okay, leaders.
Yeah, please come.
Welcome, Dreamer.
Come close to your microphone. We can't hear you.
Okay, leaders. Welcome everyone to the presentation. I'm Tebogo Cindoe from Power Life Global Botswana. I'll go straight to the question. The strategy that I'm using myself is I advertise myself on Facebook. I join a lot of Facebook groups, so I use the link that I apply. So then when the people drop on their WhatsApp numbers, I'll write them, then open a WhatsApp group which my coach today did a very wonderful presentation on it. So I called the group Power Life International. So I invited all the people from different countries in Africa and abroad. So he did all the presentation for them this morning. A lot of people appreciated the presentation. So they are going to join with a lot of numbers. That's the strategy that I'm using. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Leader Queen, is your phone okay?
Hello, my leader, can you hear me now?
Oh yes, loud and clear.
Okay.
All right, we're talking about inviting.
Okay. I've got a challenge on gaining confidence, and also I need to up my skills on product knowledge. Know that if someone has got certain sickness, I need to give him or her this and that. I also need to gain knowledge on products as well and gain confidence. Those are my two challenges.
So challenge number one is?
Challenge number one is gaining confidence to convince someone to join the business. Yeah.
Okay, so it's also conversion.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone who would like to add something else? Okay, we've got Leader Mabuza. Leader Mabuza, welcome.
Hi.
Leader Mabuza, try to unmute yourself and then talk to us. Oh, okay. We wanted to know if he's a member or he's new, but he's fine. Leader Cindoe, inviting.
Leader, I'm still busy. I'll come.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing your face. I'm thinking we are here.
No, you can't see my face. I'm bathing.
No, I only see the face. Okay, all right. Okay, that was inviting.
Can I just share another thing that works?
Okay, so that was inviting. So inviting is a number one skill that you need. And when you are inviting, you know, there are certain things which happen. You can talk to 20 people, right? Out of the 20 that you talk to, maybe between 2 and 5 will actually attend your meeting. So the rest will say, it's okay, we are going to be there, we'll attend. But out of the 20 that we invited on a particular day, we can expect 2 to about 5. So we need to understand the numbers. It's quite natural. You know, sometimes someone talks out of excitement. Someone talks because they want to get rid of you. They say, yes, I'll be in, I'm attending, I'm coming to your presentation, whether it's an online presentation or it's a physical presentation. So we need to remember that one. But once they come in, then that's when you need to do the follow-up or do a presentation which is going to kind of like grab them, right? Have some sort of undivided attention as you are moving with them. So even when you're inviting, you need to use something which is called a hook. I think you all know fishing, right? You throw the hook in the water and the fish catches, and then you hold the fish out. So a hook is a statement which will make the person to say, I really want to hear this. Okay, so maybe what we can do.
Power life.
Okay, do this. Right. So when we are inviting the person, you need to use a hook, then they will come with undivided attention into your meeting. They will be looking forward to say, I really, really want to attend. I really want to listen to this presentation. So I think that's what we need to be talking about, again, still on invitation. What is it that you say in order to get someone to attend the meeting? I heard the other leader was saying, she talks about a side hustle. That's fine. So number 1, it would be side hustle. What else can you say when you're inviting? Leader Sharon.
Mostly when you are inviting, you can also, the most important thing is to talk about the product, how it works, and how it will help someone. Then with that, most of my prospects, they get so much interested.
Okay, you use the product, all right, that's fine. Is there someone having something else? Lita Teboko, what do you say to them when you're inviting them? We've got side hustle. There's a side hustle that you are doing. And then she said she also talks about the economy. That's very good. And then it talks about the product. That's also very good. You need many ways of approaching, right? But what I found out to be working more is to actually talk to the person and find out what they want or what they are lacking. Because sometimes if you talk about the product, you end up getting a whole bunch of sick people coming to you, or someone can say, I'm not sick, or it will force you to end up doing a presentation, yet it's not the time to present, because what you are doing is to invite. So like the other leader who said she will be talking, if you are talking to them, you must be asking some questions. Okay, I see you are doing this. Are you working or are you in another business? How's the business and stuff like that? And then when you invite them to your own business, you now know that the money maybe that they are earning is not that much. You can also talk about dreams, you know, ask about children. Do you have children? Are they still at school? And then if they are still at school, sorry, letters, I have to go, something came up. Okay, thank you, Zodwa. Okay, are we together about inviting, right?
Yes.
Okay, leaders. And then after inviting, you need to get them to a presentation. Oh, Zota says the compensation plan. Okay, we'll look at the compensation plan when we organize Zota training on the compensation plan. Please attend. It's unfortunate you say you are going. I was going to highlight you on the compensation plan because the presentation is there to do an excitement, and then going deeper into the compensation plan will be on trainings, but we'll talk about that one. Thank you so much, Zota, for your question and the input. Okay, so now we are going to a presentation.
Okay,
Presentation
leader.
is good. Yes.
Still on the invitation, you must also include the lifestyle.
Okay. Yes, yes.
When I say about the lifestyle, you know, other people, they love traveling, but they can't afford to travel, right?
Yeah.
So network marketing can make them afford traveling by saying, do you know if you join network marketing, it can take you all around the world without even you paying a cent. That's another skill.
Exactly. Fantastic. Thanks for coming back. Eh? What else can we add on inviting?
Okay. So that's the lifestyle about the traveling. Also, you can indicate about the money wise. Just tell that person, what if I can give you a business which can be giving you 1,000 Rand every week? An extra 1,000 Rand to you can make a really big difference. So it can turn out that extra 1,000 Rand could be 5,000 Rand a week. So automatically you did draw the attention of that person.
Yeah, that is a very powerful, those are powerful hooks. This is what I was talking about when I'm saying a hook. So a hook is a very short statement which makes someone to be interested without presenting to them. So if you say, I've got a business which can make you travel around the world for free, all expenses paid, all you need to do is to be part of the business. Obviously, the person will say, how? Then when they say how, that's when you take them to a presentation. Then in the presentation, they will listen more. If you have asked them some questions nicely about the children and this and that and this and that, about their dreams or what they wanted when they were still younger or whatsoever the case is, then they tell you, then you realize that there is a gap, a financial gap. Then you use this hook now, which talks about the 5,000 Rand on a weekly basis as extra income. If it's someone who's not working, because there are some, when I'm inviting, like this other lady says, I really want to do this. In fact, we're doing training right here on the computer. The training was using social media. And then what I did on the social media, as an example, I just posted on my status on Facebook, Power Live, 9 bonuses. And then with that statement, I got 2 prospects. I didn't think it's something which can get me prospects. Then the other prospect said, I really want this, but I don't know how it's done. I said, okay, fine. Let me present to you. I did a presentation to her. After doing the presentation, she says, Ish, but I'm not working. I said, if you're not working, surely you can find 600 Rand to start the business. She says, no, this and that, this and that. Maybe I can start after lockdown. But we'll talk about that one just now. Let's finish up on inviting. Is there anything which you want to add on inviting before we move forward? Lita Candy, welcome. Hi, Lita Candy.
I'm happy to have joined, even though I have missed some of the things. But I'm interested on the inviting part.
Okay.
I'll be happy if you can elaborate more on the strategies that somebody can use to hook up people to be interested in this wonderful business. Thank you.
All right. When did you join us, Candy?
I think it's 3 minutes.
No, I mean in terms of Power Life as a business.
Okay. I joined that December last year in Botswana.
Or in Botswana?
But we started the business in March. Our things did.
Okay. All right. You're welcome. Okay, some of the things now, it means you will listen.
Thank you, sir.
You listen to a recording. We're recording this session, and then we don't want to make it too long. Usually we make it 1 hour, but we started a bit late. We were supposed to start at 2, then at 3 we're supposed to be finishing, but we can extend it a little bit after 3. It's okay. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Now we move to the next part. After inviting, using a hook, and then we've got a hook which can be a product. We've got a hook which can be the economy or a side hustle. Over and above what you are doing, you're getting extra income, 1,000 rand or 1,000 pula per week or whatever currency in your country. And then also travel. And then if someone who's not working at all, you will tell them. I used this statement to one lady, and she never went back to working up until now. I'm still having her in my team. What I said to her, I met her, she was pregnant at the time. I think it was about 6 years or 7 years ago. And then she said, I've just come back from work, my legs are swelling. So since my legs are swelling, I cannot work now. I will go back when I've given birth. That was in December of that year. And then I said, when are you expecting a child? She says, in May. So I said, between now and May, what are you going to be doing? He says, I don't know, and I didn't save enough money. So I'll be relying on my husband. Then I said, okay, that's fine. You can join me in network marketing. And then once you join me in network marketing, you will never look for a job again. So she said, how? Then when they say how, it's time to exchange numbers, make an appointment, and run away as fast as you can. I hope you guys understand me, right? The reason why you're doing that, you don't want to explain anything about the product, you don't want to explain anything about the compensation plan standing on a street corner. Because there are 2 things which are going to happen. Number one, they would think that, oh, so now I have to be standing on street corners explaining this business. Okay? I'm forgetting the number 2, I will remember it. So they wouldn't like to be doing that. So you need to portray an image. Or number 2, they won't take you seriously. Right? You're talking about this fantastic thing, which will make them not go back to work, but all of a sudden you are explaining on a street corner. So you need to set up an appointment. It can be in a coffee shop. You can bring them to an office if you've got an office or a company office. And then in the office, the presenter is going to present, or if it's you who's presenting, it gives them even, it gives you credibility, and they'll be trusting you more to say, now I'm joining someone who really knows what they're doing. Okay, so which brings us to the next part. So the first step in inviting, you are just inviting. Then, okay, there's a question here from Queen. She says, if you tell someone about making an extra income hook, then they ask you about proof of payouts. How do you handle that challenge? Okay, that's a beautiful challenge. So sometimes I know when you are starting off, when you are new in the business, it's not easy. Someone will say, you're talking about extra income, extra 5,000 Rand income. Then the next thing they say, I want proof. So you need to avoid those questions which takes you to proof, or you can say, I joined this business last month and then I am earning so much. I've just started and I'm still new in this business, but my upliner, Cindoe, or my upliner, Candy, is making so much. She joined the business in December. Are we together there? Okay, so let's go to the next part. Remember, we said on inviting, if you invite 20 people to the presentation, only 2 to 5 will come. So if you invited 5 only, it may happen that you invited those who are not coming. If you invited 10 only, it may happen that out of the 10, maybe there is that 1 to 2 or so who may come. So the more you invite, some will come, some won't come. That's okay. You don't need to worry about it. Now they've come to the presentation. You are the presenter. We covered the presentation part the other day. When you are presenting, I think there's a leader who spoke about presenting somewhere, or was it on the chat? Okay, she was talking about the compensation plan, which is presenting. The leader said in a compensation plan, so she was saying she's got a problem with the compensation plan. Now, on presenting leaders, you present what you know. You need to remember that one. And then when you are presenting, you don't need to say everything. A presentation is there to create excitement, but the work, you are dragging them to the presentation. In the presentation, you are creating the excitement so that the person joins. That's why I said, when the person is signed up, you need to follow up, which was the next step. Okay, so on the presentation, first of all, you talk about yourself, right? When you are talking about yourself, you can talk about when you joined the company, if you've done other companies before, what you see different with this company, right? And then you are not talking too much. You say, what I saw. I normally say this, what I saw. There is 3 advantages, 3 powerful advantages, which I saw with Power Life. I'm going to explain them. So you are further using another hook. The hook was to bring them. The second hook is to say, there's 3 things which made you join Power Life. So now they will want to listen to those 3 things. After the presentation, they will even not remember that you spoke about 3 things. Okay, so you talk about yourself and why you joined the business and your future plans and where you see yourself with the business. Okay? And then thereafter, you talk about the company profile. I hope guys are writing down. I'm writing down as I'm talking. Okay, so you talk about the company profile, and if you can see our slides here, like I made these ones on my own, is welcome, and then from there, we're talking about the industry which you are in. This is an introduction, which is part of the company profile. Then you're talking about the founders, that's the company profile. It's good to know what Mr. Chan is in the company and Mr. Jackie Chong, and then you talk about that one. But you don't want to talk for more than 3 minutes or even 2 minutes talking about the directors. Then thereafter, like the slide says, we are in a global expansion. Now, it's a chance to be saying where the company started, how far it has gone, and even the growth of the company. Like in South Africa alone, we are not yet 4,000 members. It's good also to mention those ones to say there's a lot of chance to grow with the company. And then the whole company is in less than 20 countries at the moment. So you are talking about that one is part of the company profile. Then you come to talk about the company. This is the factory and offices. And then Power Life Global Health SBHD is registered as a company in Malaysia. They are part of LJAC. So when I present, if I don't forget, I normally tell people to go and Google search this. Check what LJAC does. When was LJAC founded? Where is LJAC? Do they have a contact telephone number? Can you phone them? Are we together, leaders? Hello, leaders, are we there?
Yes.
Leader.
You're not sleeping, yeah?
No.
Okay. So you're still talking about the company profile. They say they've got this natural freeze-dried technology. This natural freeze-dried technology was developed. The company is one of the leading manufacturers of herbal plant extracts in Malaysia. That's still the company profile. You are trying to build confidence. You can run into the products, you can run into the compensation plan, but if you miss this part, it's an old company, it's a leading manufacturer. The methods that they are using was developed in United States of America. In case someone says Hong Kong, whatever the case is, then you start talking about that one. So we're talking about presentation. It's good to be talking about the factory, showing the factory, and in the factory, people are putting on masks, this head gear, as well as what do you call it? The mask and gloves. Then there is research facilities. It's important again to talk about the research facilities because other companies doing research somewhere, they outsource. But here we've got doctors, scientists who are doing the research for us. So if we want to develop a new product, then the company can actually do the new product for us. Like sometimes I do mention this, there's a toothpaste which was supposed to come anytime from now to May, but it was distracted due to the lockdown because the lockdown started in Asia. And then we've got slimming products which will be coming also. We're supposed to get coffee, but all that has been delayed. But they did the research in these research and development facilities. Okay, so that's about the company profile. As part of the company profile, you need to mention, like in Botswana, we've got a leader in Botswana, we've got a bank account in Botswana. In South Africa, same thing, we've got a leader, we've got a bank account. Other countries are going to open up as well. In Nigeria, we've got a bank account. In Uganda, in most of the 20 countries. So new countries, they're going to do the same thing, register the company, register the products. After doing those registrations, we start working. So that is the company profile. We are done. When we are done with the company profile, you need to talk about the problems now that we are facing as humanity at the moment. Pollution, food, water, lifestyle choices, what you are eating. And then it's always good to add pictures. So I added some pictures. It's not all of them because I need to add more pictures which talks about pollution. A picture, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So a picture is actually speaking more than you talking. Of course, I normally explain here, this child is eating broccoli and this man on the other side is spraying chemicals. And look how he clothes himself. It's like he's afraid of coronavirus. It's because those chemicals are dangerous. So you talk about that one. We're going to cover them on some other training. There's genetically modified foods, GMOs, genetically engineered from our meat, fish, chicken, everything is genetically engineered. So when you're eating this, so now what are you doing when you're talking about this? You are connecting with your audience. You're making them understand that we've got a problem. That's the whole purpose. Because if you jump and talk about the products, then it's not going to make any sense at all. Then they would think and say, I am not sick. But if you remember that the food that you're eating is the one which is causing you sickness, then you're bound to take care of yourself, right? So you can see these are the old chickens. At 5 weeks, there were still small chicks which you cannot eat, 940 grams. But now these genetically modified ones, broilers, the ones which you're getting from your supermarket, at 5.5 weeks, they are already 2.9 grams. It's the ones which you can go for to buy. When you are eating this, it's also changing you genetically. Then you start to be prone in diseases. So it's not chicken only, meat. We spoke about vegetables. It can be red meat. It can be fish. Are we together, leaders?
Yes.
So now you're talking about all these problems which results in complications, your blood vessels getting clogged with some buildup. So the buildup happens anywhere in your body. It can affect your heart, your brain, which leads to strokes. We're talking about the compensation plan. And then the cancers also, I didn't add the slides. We've got things like radiation from the sun, radiation from the phones, radiation from the 5G, which is coming, radiation from the current 4G, radiation from the microwaves. So you talk about all these things, and if there is something which you remember yourself, because what I know and what you know is different, but it's always beneficial. When someone has got cancer, they say they mustn't eat food from the microwave. They mustn't come near a microwave. So what does that tell you? It means the microwave is dangerous. So you need to be talking about that one. You are preparing the person to understand that these things are dangerous. And then cancer can sit anywhere, but I just chose the lung. You can choose the eye. The eye one was so scary. So you can choose anything. So what you're trying to do now is to make the person think some diseases are genetic. They fall in the family. So when they move with the family, it can be diabetes, it can be cholesterol, it can be cancer, it can be any disease. If your grandfather had the disease, your father or mother had the disease, you are bound to also have the disease, over and above the diseases that we are getting because of the food that we eat. So when you've done that, so you're talking about problems, all their eye-related problems, joint-related problems like the arthritis and stuff like that, the bones being eaten away because there's no more calcium coming in. You're supposed to get the calcium from food. So after talking about that, you can now start talking about products. Are we happy, leaders? Leaders?
Yes, we are happy, my leader.
Okay.
I love those are powerful images.
Oh, thank you. I'm a powerful guy, yeah? Yeah. So now you can start talking about products. I'm not going to talk about products. Every Wednesday at 7, we'll be having Dr. Edwin. I once shared a platform with Dr. Edwin Santin. Those who managed to come in last week, Wednesday, we had a powerful training session. He was training on the pro cell, right? So now on the products, if you have spoken nicely about the problems, then Leader is asking, do we have age restriction on consuming Power Life products? Okay, all right, we'll talk about that one just now. But please listen to Dr. Edwin. He was explaining the process. Like small children do not really need the process because their stem cells are okay. And if you want training also about products, I can also do it. I've done a lot of research. I've worked with many companies before where I learned more about the human anatomy and understanding the body more was in 2004 with an American company. So this one is rejuvenating or rebuilding your cells. So you need to know why would you do that. This one is for washing or cleaning or cleansing your inside. That's done. And then the protect is for helping your body to protect itself against foreign invaders, and it's also high in antioxidants. Then these ones are mainly based on hormones. There's a male hormone and there's a female hormone. When the female hormone is out of balance or low, then the ladies start to behave in another way. The skin start to fall, the breasts start to be shrinking, and a whole lot of problems. Unnecessary fat building up, causing some cellulite and all that. And then men here also, when the hormone is out of balance or here is the testosterone, here is the estrogen, as well as we've got collagen. I know there are products which you buy to put the collagen on the outside, but remember the problem was inside. So you start talking about the hormones. If the hormones are out of balance, you cannot function as a man. You cannot function properly as a woman. You are done with the products. Because even from this explanation, someone will say, oh, yeah. Then you're actually addressing all those problems which you spoke about. Leaders, if you give your body the correct food, your body is going to heal itself. So we are done with the products. Then this is a summary of why one would join Power Life. And you need to emphasize our factory, LJAC, which you spoke about, which you said you can Google search, which you can go to Malaysia and visit, has been there for more than 21 years, started in 1998. And then we develop our own products. You saw the facilities. We've got doctors and professors who perform research and development. All these products, we develop them ourselves. Then you start to talk about our powerful marketing plan, which is easy to understand. You can calculate each and every figure yourself, right? And our company is based on each person consuming the product, right? So you need to be explaining to your prospects that one. And then once you've explained this one, the slides, they've put them in a very proper way. Again here, if you miss to talk about this, you just jump to the other side, jump to money. You may lose them. This is when you start talking about reviving dreams, because most people's dreams are dead. The dreams for traveling for free. Because remember, when you invited the person, you said as a hook, you spoke about the side hustle, you spoke about using the products, so we've spoken about the products. You spoke about free travel, so you need to talk about travel. Guys, get a passport. You're going to be flying around the world. You're going to go to Paris, Egypt, or wherever you want. It's entirely up to you. You're going to make money. You will buy those cars which you were dreaming of when you were young. You will buy those houses. So you need to be talking about this one to create more interest on the money side now. Okay, so that is the money side. You'll be talking about bonuses and stuff like that, of which I'm not going to be talking about that one. But the key things is 9 bonuses. You can start small and you can upgrade by topping up even one product at a time, 2 products at a time, or you can move from package to package. It's entirely up to you. They give you 150 days to accumulate and get to our highest package, which pays more. It's good to emphasize that one on this slide. And then the number of products that you are getting. Our products are worth 600 Rand each, except the profit. Then you take the profit and talk about the profit, why they are charging more. Okay, it's got 40 capsules, the only one in capsule form. The other ones are sachets, and there are 15 inside. The reason why our products are 600 Rand is because mute yourself, leader. Okay, so the reason why you are, we have products at a lower price is because we do our own research and development. We also do everything in-house. We do our own manufacturing with staff that is experienced. Because someone was saying, okay, but why is your stem cell cheaper? Yet you say we've added other things. Maybe it does not work. No, it works a whole lot better than any other stem cell out there. The reason is we make for ourselves. So you start talking about bonuses. Remember, if you come in with a small package, you're also going to earn less in terms of referrals. And then you talk about the roll-up. Money will be skipping you. If you come with a small package, you refer people, you're going to earn small because of your package. Then the rest of the money is going up. And in Power Life, we pay when your downlines are upgrading. And again, if you've got smaller packages, you are missing out on money there. So it's best to be on the higher packages, the manager and the mobile. Then you talk about the pairing bonus. And on the pairing bonus, you need to emphasize on this slide. If you're a member package, your money is limited to 780 per day. If you're a VIP, you are limited to 1,800 per day. If you're a manager, 15,840 per day. But if you are a mobile package, you are earning up to infinity. There is no limit. I normally ask, where do you want to be? Limit yourself to 15,000 a day, or 1.8 per day, or 780, or unlimited. Anyone will say unlimited. So then you move on, you talk about the level bonus, which other companies do not have. And then you go up, you talk about the maintenance bonus. This is our powerful bonus. And our system, remember, everything is automated. When you sign up, it will be 90 days remaining. That's why we talk about the 90 days. So in the next 90 days, it's time to run. It's time to invite, guys. I'm no longer talking to you like I'm presenting now. This is the time you must be inviting. Try on your first level within these 90 days to have 20 people direct. Because we're talking about inviting. When you've invited 20 people, about 2 to 5 will attend your invitation. And then when you add, maybe in a week or in a month, out of the 20 people that you've invited and they've agreed to come and listen, the same numbers apply. Between 1 and 5 will join you, right? I'm going to do numbers for you one of the days. And then between the 1 and 5 who have joined you, again, between 1 and 3 are actually going to work. So there are some who will sign up and do absolutely nothing. I've got a lot of those ones. They've got stories. They are complaining every day. No, this and that. After the lockdown, after this, after that. Are we together, leaders? Leaders, are you there?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We are here.
All right. So now, when you teach your downlines to look for 20 people, because we don't know how many are going to work, right? You've signed up to, that's okay. Bring them to trainings, train them, and then invite them to learn about presenting like what we're doing now. But remember, even yourself, have 20 downlines direct. And the other thing which I can say to you, please do not have one account. Have 3 accounts. If you have 3 accounts in your name, our system allows all the accounts to be earning, but you're not going to get three. You're not going to get three incentives. Like if there's an incentive for traveling, you only get one. So if you want to benefit from all the incentives, maybe you can have an account with your child or husband or mother or whosoever. But try to have 3 accounts. And then if you have 3 accounts, the 3 accounts are going to help you to earn more money. The other account, you can use the money for traveling around. You know, you see us traveling around, we're not using money from the main account. So this other account, okay, is for flying around. If I've got a presentation in Botswana, I'm not going to drive to Botswana, I'm going to take a flight. It's because I'm having 3 accounts. Okay, so then you go on and then you talk about the pairing on maintenance. And again, you get 20% of the week leg if you signed up with a mobile package. If you take in the member package, you're only going to get 6%. Then there's a retail bonus there. Remember, guys, do not click retail unless you are already on a power package or mobile package. If not, just click upgrade, 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 upgrade until you get there. And even after getting there, let's say you didn't have the 3 accounts which I'm telling you about, then when you're getting someone who wants to buy the products, take the money, use it to create another name. But it's always good to get each and every person to sign up under you, because if you are selling to them, they'll buy today from you. Then if they come to me, I would tell them, you know what, you're actually losing out. If you sign up, you will actually make more money because when you tell others, you're going to make money, and we're going to teach you. We're going to help you to present. Okay, so you talk about the leadership incentives, and then we've got other incentives. Like in South Africa, we had a pre-launch, which is ending this month. And then thereafter, we're going to have other incentives, which are supposed to start this month, but due to the lockdown, we can't do much. So those incentives are going to be starting after the lockdown. Those incentives are going to run for like 12 to 14 months, which will be like a small car, big car, travel, house, big house. So you are creating more interest, and then that's it. Time to explain now the bonuses. We've got 4 wallets. You need to remember that one, leaders. Wallet A is the wallet which you use for registering others. And wallet A, you can transfer from another wallet A to another wallet A. But what I've realized, you cannot transfer to another country. So we can only transfer within one country. But I think we need to talk to the directors and they sort that one out. And then wallet B is where your money comes in. Wallet C is like a savings pocket. When you are earning, 85% goes to B, 15% goes to C. And then we've got wallet M. Wallet M is for maintenance. Please don't send your money to wallet M for now, because you're only going to start maintaining after 90 days of joining. All right, I don't know if we have questions. So this was the presentation. The presentation is a skill which you need to cultivate. It's a skill which you need to have. Like I was presenting sort of. I didn't go into detail, but yes, it makes a lot of sense. So you can't be saying too much information too soon. Right, can we add on the presentation? So first of all, maybe before you add, on the presentation, we said you talk about yourself, you talk about the company profile, and then you talk about the problems. So the problems can be financial problems or health problems. So since our presentation is in 2, you can talk about the health problems in the beginning. Then when you're moving to the second part, that's where you talk about the financial problems. Because if you cannot travel, it's because you do not have money. If you do not buy that car, your dream car, it's because you do not have money. You have a car just for moving around. If you are staying wherever you are staying, it's because you do not have money. Okay, and then after talking about the problems, yeah, the products are manufactured in Malaysia, head office, Natasha. After talking about the problems, then you bring your solution, which will be the products. right? And then after giving your solution, you need to tell them to take action. In telling them to take action, obviously the presenter will present. After the presenter finishes, the presenter will say, talk to the person who invited you. I think you've heard me say that one. Go and talk to the person who invited you, and then start today. Because sometimes people need to be given a small push. If you say, go and think about it, they will think for the next coming 6 months until they talk to wrong people. So that was the presentation part. So it's in 4 parts. You talk about yourself, company profile, problems, solution, and then action. Okay, yeah, yes, Natasha, it's only that we are not presenting the products are kosher and halal approved. All right, leaders, so we said from after this one, after doing the presentation, so you need 2 skills. The first skill is the skill of inviting. The second skill is the skill of presenting. Because if you do not present, your people are not going to believe you. Trust me. And if you get those leaders who are unscrupulous, they're going to steal your downlines. I'm telling you right now. I know other teams have started stealing from each other already. So you don't want to lose your downlines to others. So start presenting. Some presentation will take like 5-10 minutes, it's okay. You're going to improve as they ask you questions, because they will be asking you questions. Like Natasha was asking now, are the products kosher, did you say kosher or halal approved? So you can see that that's a very good example now. If we go here on the company profile, there is the kosher certificate. So because I didn't talk about that one, I just said we have certificates. Then if we've got a kosher person, the kosher person will just assume that, oh, well, this is not for me. I have to buy from our kosher shops. If there's a halal person, the halal person also will say, ah, well, but you need to mention each and everything. That's why all these things are here, leaders. So after that, you need to follow up. Remember, I said you need to follow up between 24 and 48 hours. The other thing which you can just say, a simple thing, is thank you for attending the presentation. And then you use that opportunity to ask, which parts did you like the most? The product or the compensation plan? If they say the product, you say, okay, what did you like about the product? You want to know. Maybe my mother is not okay, or my father is not okay, or whatsoever. Then you say, fine, if you are buying, it's going to be 900 Rand. But if you sign up, you're going to get them at the price which I get it at 600. Okay, we're doing this together, guys. Unmute yourselves and let's talk. Leaders. Yes, someone talk to me, talk to us.
Okay, Ulida Queen, she was asking there, Uguti, do we have an age restriction on the products? Of course, we do have the age restriction for Ilona, eProsel. You can't give somebody, a child who is less than 10 years old, eProsel. So instead, you can give them eProtect. So the kids, you can only give them the Protect. I'm not quite sure about the Pro Detox. Maybe you can give them half a glass. I don't know, leadership.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, the Protect will make them, will detox them anyway if they've got a problem. The Procel also, you can give a child a Procel if that child is got a condition.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes children have got serious conditions. So if that's the case, then you can give them the Procel. But other than that, their stem cells are still okay. That's why in a child, my son was playing, then he lost 2 teeth. In fact, they were shaking. Then the next thing, they all fell out. So after they fell out, we were worried, took him to the doctor. And then the doctor says, it's okay because he's still under 10 years old. The teeth will come. And then we said, how long? He said 3 months. So we stayed month 1, you'll be counting. Month 2, hey, no teeth are coming. Month 3, 1 came out. Month 4, the other one came out. And then now they are okay, they are level. So it's, the reason why the teeth are still coming out is because the stem cells in children are more. The stem cell production is still more. Okay, any additions? Yes, my leader?
Okay, on my side, I just needed to find out which product would you recommend for somebody suffering from gout?
Okay. Leader Cindoe.
I think firstly, you need to give that person a pro detox. And then from there, after the pro detox, maybe if they can detox for 2 days, correct me if I'm wrong, if they can take the pro detox for 2 days or 3 days, then after you can give them the pro cell in the morning, and then at night you give them the protect.
Yes, so let's just share something. To understand what you can give, so just go to, let me share my screen. You can't see my screen, right?
We can see you, but not your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What do I look
we're
like?
seeing you.
Okay. You can see the screen now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So you can go on Google, just go equal to, and then write gout.
Okay.
Right. Gout in knee, gout pain, gout medication, gout in food, gout treatment, gout symptoms. Okay, let's hear what gout is. So they say gout is characterized by sudden severe attacks of pain, swelling, redness, tenderness of joints, often the joint at the base of the toe. An attack of gout can occur suddenly, often waking up in the middle of the night with a sensation that of your big toe. But you can read more, like what is gout, right? What are the first signs, the fastest ways to cure? What are the main cause, okay? Gout is caused initially by an excess of uric acid in the blood, right? Or hyperuricemic, I'll say something. Uric acid is produced in the body during the breakdown of purines, chemical compounds that are found in high amounts in certain foods, such as red meat, poultry, and seafood. So if you are eating a lot of these foods and you add alcohol on top, I know a few years ago when I turned 40, I was affected by gout. I didn't know. I was trying to kick a ball, and then my toe was painful forever until I started using herbal products. So now, when you know what gout is, then it's easy to know which products to use, right? So like Leader Cindoe was saying, you need to use Pro Detox. We said when you are detoxing, if you go to our presentation slide, the detox is going to cleanse your blood, your urine, your kidney, your bladder, etc., etc., right? So you need to detox first of all, because this is the build up which happened as the body was doing certain processes because you were eating wrong food. Then yes, thereafter you take the Protect or even the Procel. Right, let's continue. We need to finish in the next 5 minutes. We have been here for too long. We've got nothing more to say, leaders.
Okay, just to add on about the signing up. Mostly, you heard me at first saying that lady. I gave her sachets and then she diluted to 2 liters.
Yes.
Apparently, that lady, she said tomorrow around in the afternoon, we have to meet. She wanted to buy box I4, which is she wanted ePro Detox, eProtect, eProlate plus eProsol. So then I asked her, Uguti, can she join e-business? Then she told me about the other stem cell product that was introduced to her, but it didn't work out for her. So I said, can you please sign instead of you buying? Because I'm using this trick whereby I can't, I'm selling the box for 1,000 Rand. So I give them options out to either you buy a box for 1,000 Rand or you join for 1,125 and get 2 boxes.
Yeah.
So that's another tricky that I'm using. So automatically that lady, she's coming in with 1,125 plus she buys another 2 boxes for 600 Rand per box. So which means she's coming in with 160 PVs instead of me collecting 4,000 Rand.
Yeah, yeah. And like I was saying, if you sell to someone, then you meet someone like me, I won't hesitate to sign them. Like there was another lady in Mpumalanga. She said she wants to buy product. She's been referred by someone to me because the other company, they couldn't get the stem cells. So I asked her, and then she explained to me the condition and what she wanted. Then exactly what you are saying, I said the same thing. She sent me a form, sent me money. She's going to sign up as a VIP.
Wow.
Okay, leaders, is there anyone who wants to add something? We are left with 2 minutes.
Also, the other thing, us as leaders, we need to have a positive mind in each and everything that we do, especially in groups, in WhatsApp groups, right? Whenever somebody is posting the negativity about the business, us, we have to look at it on the positive side. We mustn't focus mainly on the negativity instead of focusing on the positive side of the business. So if you can check nicely, most of the people who focuses mainly on the negative side of the business, they don't grow in network marketing. Instead, they jump from one business to another because they do not find that they don't take the negativity and use that to build up the business, but they pull themselves down using that.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. Lita Teboko, would you like to say something?
Yes. What do you recommend for someone with suffering from a vulvar ulcer, a wound under the vagina? What do you recommend for that person?
Okay, Lita Cindoe.
Can you repeat the question?
I was saying, what do you recommend for someone who is suffering from a vulvar ulcer? Those ulcers are found in the vagina of a woman.
Okay.
She's due for an operation on the 28th.
I think what is best for her to start, she has to start also with eProtein to clean her system. She might be having the STIs and stuff like that, so she needs to clean her system. Also, check the Prolate plus the Prosal.
Okay.
Yeah, and she basically needs also the Protect on top, because the Protect, if you check it, I think I'll incorporate this on the slides and maybe share the slides. The Protect is good for healing wounds, specifically ulcers. So it could be mouth ulcer, it could be what they call the duodenum ulcer, all the ulcers of the stomach, intestines. So it doesn't matter where the ulcer is. So if you take what Leader Cindoe was saying, basically she will need all the 4 products. She will need the detox, she will need the pro-lady, she will need the pro-cell and the protect.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but since she's booked already for an operation, let her go for the operation and tell her that the reason why she got into that problem is because of the processes in the body or the foods that she's been eating, which ended up causing some ulcers. And sometimes it may be related also to low immune, whatever the case is. So to correct that, because you don't want to go to an operation, you stay 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the line to have the same thing again. So she needs to be supplementing quite a lot. Okay, leaders, I think let's end it here. Thank you very much for attending. I don't know which day can we choose specifically for doing trainings like this. You can suggest, leaders.
Things Sunday is fine, like today.
Yeah. For me, weekends work out the best because during the week I work.
Okay.
Yeah, Sunday is fine.
All right, who's talking? Who's saying, who's working?
I am Nogulunga.
Oh, okay. All right, okay, that's fine. Can we stick to 2 o'clock?
Yes, please.
That
Yes,
suits
no
me
problem.
perfectly.
Okay, all right. And then we would need you guys to also use all these tools, you know, like your Zoom and the like and the like and the like. And like you guys to be presenting. We will be there listening. Sometimes we won't be there. So one day maybe someone in Lesotho is presenting, someone in Botswana is presenting, in Zambia is presenting. So if we do that, our teams will grow faster. But if you're always waiting for one person, sometimes it gets boring listening to one voice. You know that.
True that.
Okay.
You had said you were gonna have a what do you call it, a training on how to use Zoom. I think somebody had asked the other time when we had a training. I can't remember who asked.
Oh, we did have the training. I don't know why you didn't attend. I even have.
When was it?
I even have the
Can
slides.
Can I have the recording or the slides, please?
We didn't record it.
Do you mind sharing the slides, please? I can give you my email address.
The slide has got nothing. I want to open it. It was deliberate. You must attend, guys. I think it was online. Using online tools to grow your business: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blog, YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, personal wall. We covered this. Remember when I started, I said I even got 2 prospects. During the training, I did an example of posting through Facebook, what do you call it? So we spoke about groups and setting up a page. We even looked at pages and how to post pages. We even did a YouTube channel. Cindoe was not there. Yeah. Cindoe, you're not there.
Yeah, I wasn't
missed
there.
that one too.
I missed it too.
Yeah, so we said there's Zoom, there's GoToMeeting, there's Skype, but at the moment, Zoom is the best and cheaper. And the free version of Zoom, you can actually do 40 minutes. This one which I'm using, I'm paying, guys. So you need to work harder so that I get more commissions.
Okay. All right.
Okay, all right. It was nice to have you guys. We love you all. Let's meet again next Sunday at 2 for training, not presentation. And you are welcome to choose topics. I don't know what we can do so that we get But I think all the groups that we post, you'll be able to get the information. So we're going to meet on Sunday again, 2 o'clock. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, you too.
Bye.
Thank you.